What is good? Episode 16. We took last week off. So obviously we missed a little bit of Super Bowl recap, but the Super Bowl did happen. The Chiefs won it. Gentlemen, what did we think of the Super Bowl?
I got it right. That's the first.
You
start,
did.
right?
Me and Fancy, our bracket busters.
Right at the end, though. I mean, not often do I get to the end to lose, so
yeah,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, we were treated with an overtime game. That's pretty cool for a Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's the first time in a long time that I can remember it going to overtime. Like,
I think the only other time it went to overtime was the comeback of the Patriots versus the Falcons.
Yep,
that was the first time.
Oh wow,
was it the first ever?
I think so.
Wow. Yes, the 28-3.
Or the first time in the Super Bowl era, or the first time since the expansion, however they break it down. It's something like that.
Which makes sense then that the players didn't know what the rules were.
I mean, I don't understand that, especially if you're the captain out there, doing the coin toss. I think you're trusted with knowing the most, and I've never been in that position, so I can't say for sure, but it just seems weird that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, the cap, to me, the cap, who was it? Is it Warner or
Warner?
Yep. Yeah. So some of the clips that I saw, the recaps of it, he was like, "Hey, we want the ball, right?" Like, I feel like he was asking the coach, and Shanahan was like, "Yeah, we want the ball." So I think it was the whole mentality of that's what they thought they wanted, because in their minds it was go down and score and win the game.
Right.
And as we found out, I mean, they ended up kicking the field goal, right? So ultimately it didn't matter, but they did, their mindset was, if they score a touch, that's why we want the ball. We want to score a touchdown and win the game. But it turns out only the Chiefs knew that was not the case.
Yeah.
What I did see was that Shanahan knew, those guys may not know the rules, but Shanahan knew, and he had the idea of scoring and then getting the last chance to score again.
He thought they would go down score. He thought the Chiefs would go down score, and then he was hoping that he'd come back, get the ball, kick a field goal, win the game. That's what he was hoping for.
I gotcha.
Which with that, then you got to go down and you can't go for the field goal. You got to go for it then on that fourth.
Yeah, you got to get the touchdown and put the pressure on the Chiefs right away.
Yep, exactly. So I mean, people kind of argued about it a little bit on like what he should have done or whatever. I think he knew the rules. I don't think the players knew, but I think he still did know. And he did what he wanted to do no matter what the case was. I just thought it was interesting because, the players had no idea, like Fancy said, which is like, how do you not know? I guess, like Fancy said, we've never been in that situation. But, I mean, but shout out to Big Red. The Chiefs players came out and said that, like, they were going over, like, playoff rules in, like week 16, week 17, like, week 18, like, breakdowns. Like, just like, hey, when this happens like this, it's different in playoffs. Like, we're going to playoffs. If we go to OT, he broke down. He goes, we had 2 days each week when we went over playoff scenarios, like, or something like that. It's like, so Big Red came prepared. Everyone knew. Everyone was on the same page. Everyone was, and I think Shanahan went with the aggressive approach, and I think the Chiefs wanted them, like, if they would have won it, they would have kicked. You right? It's like they didn't want the ball, so it's like Shanahan did what the Chiefs wanted, and then you saw those videos of like Mahomes is like, they want it. It's like, this is what we wanted. It's like they were pumped up that they got what they wanted.
That was the game plan.
I think Kyle Shanahan just thought it'd be the other way around. And we're like, I think he maybe thought they wanted to.
Well, so one thing that I heard, and this makes sense now you think about it. Essentially, by doing that, now the Chiefs know exactly what they need to do, right? So it was a field goal, so they know they can now win it with a touchdown. But the second aspect of it, B, is every down and distance, they get 4 down.
Pressure is there. Yeah, that's why I was on the argument side of like, I'm still with Kyle Shanahan. Like, it's like you put like that field goal. Think about it. People were like, oh, you gave Mahomes, a drive. It's like, how many drives did they have in the Super Bowl they didn't score on?
Oh yeah,
more than they did, right? So it's like you're taking a calculated risk, and it's like on top of that calculated risk, you're adding on the Super Bowl pressure of one mistake, one drop, one pick, one fumble, one whatever. You're done. Does not matter. You don't get another try. So it's like, I still do like it. I just think if they get a touchdown, then like Fancy said, then, Chiefs score, you get the ball back, then the game is in your hands. It's like, it's almost a win-win, if that makes sense. Because if you go down, you score a touchdown, you execute that, if your defense lets up a touchdown, you still get the ball back. Like that's
Right.
they view it then, rather than get
Yeah.
the pressure put on you. I guess is what the thought was there. So well, already said and done. But one thing I found interesting was we talked about it before the pod was um Chiefs appearance or Chiefs 3 wins, all Mahomes Chiefs wins as a quarterback in the Super Bowl, no holdings.
Yeah.
And this year specifically, the most penalized team when it came to holding. Like,
Yeah, and so when you say that, like, I'm thinking back at all. I mean, to be honest, Chiefs did not look good
no.
during the regular season
And
at
that was part of the
all.
issue. They go down the field holding, go down the field
Yeah,
holding, go down the
and
field
so
holding. Like,
when you say that, like, it kind of brings me back to like that's a crazy stat to think about. Like during a Super Bowl, I mean, let's be honest, their offense first half was atrocious,
yeah.
anyways. Even with or without those
And he
holding
got sacked
calls.
quite a bit. I think he got sacked like 3 or 4 times in the first half.
So I mean, to me, that the first half it doesn't really show, but the second half when they actually started putting that stuff together, you're right, that's huge. That you're able to continue those drives, you're able to actually march down the field without any of those penalties. So yeah, when looking back at it, that's a crazy stat.
And there's some screenshots that we've probably all seen of like Nick Bosa like wrapped around and it's like I'm sure you could do that throughout any game and take a screenshot of something and it's like maybe the ball was already thrown, maybe he lost his balance and it looks like a hold or whatever. But it's like I guarantee you there's a hold somewhere because typically in the NFL every single play there's a hold somewhere and it's just whether or not it's going to get called.
Right.
So it's just kind of crazy that that it happened that way. But yeah, I mean, Mahomes walks away with his third ring. Brady chasing. Something that I didn't think about, which I did want to discuss, was Brady has 7.
7.
Right? 7.
Yeah. 6 with the Patriots and 1 with Buccaneers.
That's right. Yeah. So if Mahomes gets 7, Brady came out and said, if Mahomes does tie him, like you think about it, that would probably like Mahomes is 28. You still got to win 4 more. You play to your 35, 36 if you go that long or longer. Let's just say 36. So you got 8 years left. So you win Super Bowl in half your years remaining, right? You tie Brady. Do you pass up Brady as a legacy because Brady was the only person that beat you in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl?
Well, if you just tie him, I don't think you technically can pass him. If you take number 8,
you think
if there's 7 all with one team,
right?
Because then that would put the Chiefs at number 1 overall,
right? Because it's like say he wins 7 with the Chiefs. Because I don't see him. I mean, we never saw Brady leaving. I guess so. Anything's possible. But say he wins 7s with the Chiefs though, and he ends at 7. Like Brady still had 7, and I think it is impressive that he went somewhere else without Bill and won it his first year. And like and if he still remains the only quarterback that beats Mahomes in the Super Bowl, it's like I just don't see how you can say Mahomes is like better. You know what I mean?
then you have to break down just the individual stats. Like all I've seen lately is like the comparison where they were right now to each other, and it's like more touchdowns, less interceptions, more regular season wins, like more Super Bowl MVPs, like all this stuff. And
I saw last 3 seasons, as in like Mahomes' last 3 seasons, so 25 when he was 26, 27, 28, and then Brady's last 3 seasons when he was 40 or what was it?
41, 42, 43, whatever.
40, 41, 42 or whatever, 41, whatever it was. Like so this thing, and Brady had better stats.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of interesting.
I don't see it. I don't see no. I'm saying I don't see Mahomes, having the longevity that Brady. To me, that's what blew my mind for Brady.
I think Brady did it without the legs. Like he never had legs. Like So it's just gonna be. I think it depends on what Mahomes turns into when his youth is like taken away. Like you know what I mean? It's like what are you gonna be when all you can do is just be a pocket passer and read defenses? Like
which is 5 years from now,
right?
Which I mean, at the rate they're going, that could be another 2.
Right. Exactly.
Which, if he has
But
to
then
slow
you need
down
to
with
win
a
2.
potential of 10 years left,
Yeah.
if he has to slow down with a potential of 10 years left, if you just set the goal of 43 or 44 or even just 40, that gives you 7 years to score or to win 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
Now, if Andy
And
Reid goes, I think he's going to be in trouble.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is how many more years does Big Red have? And
Well, what about Kelsey? Like, to me,
he's 1 more year. He already said he's 1 more year and he's probably done.
yeah, I mean, to
Dude,
me,
he's
that's
34 and he looked like shit this year.
because that's
Yeah.
the segment. Like, when I think of Brady, like, I think of him and
How many people
Gronk.
he had, man?
I think of him and Gronk and that, like, absolute
Edelman.
reliable tight end that he had. That's Kelsey is his absolute reliable.
Right.
No matter what, he's going to be able to throw it to him. How many of these drives has he specifically known that is his guy? Or like we saw, I don't know if it was it the 4th down or the 3rd down play towards the end, either in OT or in the 4th. It was all day long. Kelsey, rolls out. He's the option.
Yep.
That's where the defenders go, and Mahomes just gets to run up for the first down.
Oh, yeah.
They just let him go for like 25 yards at one time.
Yeah.
Like,
So without that option, without him there, I think we see a little bit of regression. Obviously, can you still find? He had Kadarius Toney, right? He had Sky Moore. He had,
She Rice. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then who didn't do anything, right? But then you had some of those people, Pacheco, stepped up for him as a running back, and then Rice as a pretty good rookie receiver. But other than that, he really doesn't. That's what's crazy. He's really doesn't have those other weapons other than Kelsey.
Yeah, the interesting thing too is going into the Super Bowl, like without even winning it, he was already in talks with Mahomes was already in talks with the front office of reconstructing his deal to take less a year and then get paid more at the end of his career or like when he's retired.
Trying to
just like
build
looking,
up
yeah,
the-
he literally said he goes, "I'm chasing Brady, so like just pay me less, get more around me, because if I can win it, like if I can get us here with this, like I can get us here with something that you guys give me." You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
right, he's got the right mindset going. And on top of Pacheco, you mentioned Pacheco. Like shout out Pacheco, dude. 2 years in the NFL, 2 Super Bowls. Like
Imagine.
that's especially as a running back. How many running backs that do we see that like don't get a ring? CMC, right? CMC still doesn't have a ring. He's fucking amazing. Like
AP.
Dude, like
Never had a shot.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like some of these some of these running backs, like I mean, some good ones. DeMarco Murray never had one. Like Joe Mixon went there, didn't win it. Like it's like some of these quarterbacks or running backs are really good, and for Pacheco to, you know what I mean, it's not easy to be in an offense and stay as the number 1 back in Big Red's system.
When you have a quarterback that could throw so well and run so well, being a running back is kind of like just a little lineman.
Yeah, I mean, he's blocking for Mahomes, So there's a reason he's still in there. So it'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll break down some more stuff in the offseason and see what happens. But
so Chiefs are going to free up money and bring in Devontae Adams,
Justin Jefferson,
both.
Dude,
imagine going to make $1 next season.
Imagine Devontae Adams though, dude. Kind of like Brady with Randy Moss, right? Like bring him in and
just a big, just like, oh my god.
And honestly, Kelsey would have a better year because he would have more attention off of him and it'd get him like going a little bit. Like
right, a 1-2 option instead of Justin.
Dude, and someone broke down. They always do this every year. They tease you with it, but Brock, what is his name? Brock from Georgia. Matt, the tight end, Brock, the Bowser
Bowers.
That dude. They're saying like he's gonna be an unbelievable talent. Like he broke all the fucking college records and stuff like that. They're like, could you imagine that guy? He sneaks out of the top 10, which is like it's possible for a tight end because we saw what happened with Kyle Pitts when the Atlanta drafted him that early, right? They consider him a bust, even though I think it's Arthur Smith. But out of top 10, dude, Kansas City slips down, like trades up a little bit and gets him. And then you have Travis Kelce 1 more year for sure with Brock next to him, kind of run a dual tight end set, get Brock ready for when Kelce goes and Kelce teaches him everything. I mean, Kelce's Kansas City through and through. When he retires, he's going to be around the team somewhere, right? So it's like, like he'd be willing to help out and mentor this kid. I mean, I just couldn't imagine this guy dominating college, breaking all these records, and then getting mentored by Travis Kelce, and then have Patrick Mahomes be his quarterback with Andy Reid as the head coach the rest of his career. That'd be insane. Like, Then you talking about like regress a little bit. There's no way. Like there's just no way that if he turns up into being something like that.
But I still think
It is
now,
that connection though. It really is. Like
I really think that that's his reliable option. You're right. I mean, I think he's going to be a talent at the next level. I think Bowers will be excellent tight end for whoever picks him up. But I still think you have to have you got to have a wide receiver option.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean. If he's freeing up space,
can be the same thing that
freeing up space. Mike Evans is going away from the Bucs this year because they didn't re-sign him. So now you got Mike Evans that's maybe willing to take a cut to get another ring, right? He already got a ring. He's already had some good seasons. Like maybe he just wants another ring before he retires. Like
you got a couple shifty people like Rice, in the
you
slot.
Just get a big number one.
If you get a big get a big guy for him.
I mean, you got Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson maybe wants out if they don't get Kirk. I mean, they think Justin Jefferson literally said that if Kirk does not come back, he doesn't want to play for them.
Yeah.
Shout out Kirko.
I mean, okay, not to like divert, but is Minnesota really just trying to maybe start over, or they don't want to like give him another shot?
What do you do?
Well, I'm saying, or is Kirk Cousins maybe considering retirement?
No, he wants to go back. He said.
So he wants to play. Okay,
he wants to go back.
Heard.
He said he'd take a pay cut. They just don't know if they want to take that route again because it's like you got what year or two left. Like we're kind of trying to get ready.
And coming off an injury too, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're taking a gamble that he's going to be back in true form too,
right?
So
right. Oh, I'm 100% with that. So I just didn't know who.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of those things that's a tough, kind of like the Bills, man. What do you do? It's like everything's there. So what do you do? Like, are you gonna be the guy that pulls the trigger on a full reset? Like we see how long. Look at the Bears. Look at how long it took the Texans. Like look, you know what I mean? The Colts. Like it's taken these teams quite a bit to figure out. Even the Lions. I mean, the Lions kind of just figured it out now too. But it's like it took a long time to kind of get everything to click. So it's like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because imagine Kirk goes somewhere else, Raiders, wherever, I guess, Atlanta. You never know.
I can see him doing well. I mean, I think honestly, if you had Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Kirk Cousins all in the same division,
and Justin Herbert with Harbaugh.
I don't even know about Justin Herbert. I hope Harbaugh turns that whole thing around because I want him to be good.
I think it's just with a young quarterback. I think he's going to have success of being implementing a system that hopefully Herbert can actually
If he can make JJ McCarthy look worthy of drafting in the NFL, he can make Justin Herbert good.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he had success with Cap. He had success with Andrew Luck, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, he shows that he can do it, but we'll see. Herbert looks like he should be
top 5.
Yeah, he everything
he was at some point, but then it's just
not happening. Yeah.
Which is crazy because Eckler was still like top 5 at the end of the regular season as far as yards go.
This year, no. Last year he was insane. This year he
was top 10. Like he ended up with like 1,300 yards or something like that, or 1,400. It was crazy.
Maybe like total yards or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was. That's what I'm saying. It's like him and his duo, like they were doing really well, and it's just
when you're defense. I mean, think about we talked about the one I think. When he came in the league, or whatever, I brought up that one crazy stat. Like, if he scored 700, his team let up 700. So it's like, like it was like since he entered the league, it was like 742 points, and like his defense let up 742 points. It's like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's like at some point you need to stop the other team. I think it's like that ends up being one of those because Herbert was still a good fantasy quarterback till he got hurt. So, but. Now that the football is over, a lot of people are, that tune into this are questioning on what we're going to do. We got a fun little thing. Shout out to Matt and Fancy for getting this set up for us this week. We're going to do some stuff like this throughout the next couple weeks. Some fun little games, little like trivia type stuff that's going to work into our segments until football season comes back. So Fancy will break this down for us on what we're going to be doing here. Take it away, Fancy.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're going to go starting with the AFC North. We're going to go left to right and work our way through each team starting quarterback, who they are, and where they went to school. Little trivia, to see if we can how far we can go.
All right.
So, whichever,
I'll take the first one with the Ravens if you don't mind.
I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
Louisville.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I got the check mark already ready because
But who is it? Who is
get
it?
that one.
Who is it? Joe
Yeah.
Flacco.
The man. The man.
Super Bowl MVP. No,
Yeah.
MVP Lamar Jackson.
I like that one.
Yeah. That's really easy. I mean, Browns, Oh, and let me just reiterate, it's we kind of went with the starting quarterback for each team, whether or not they finished the year out.
Like
And
number
as
one out
far,
depth chart.
yeah, number one on depth chart. And if any of these quarterbacks went to a different school, the final school that they played at will be the one that's the correct answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe we'll have some bonus in here, right? Like so.
Yeah, there'll be. If
Couple
you, can
double
get both,
doubles.
if you can get both schools or anything like that,
Chance
I'd
to
be
give you a
really
high
impressed.
five.
I will.
All right, so this one we decided we are gonna go. It's got to be Deshaun Watson, right? The
Mhm.
Brownies. All right, so
Yeah.
we'll go. That's Clemson.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
Okay.
Otherwise,
All right.
I don't know.
Hey,
What would Flacco be? I don't even
know.
I don't even remember Flacco.
I mean, he was next in line as far as games played.
Right.
But
So Steelers, did you go Kenny Pickett?
I did.
Was Kenny Pickett?
He's Pitt.
He was.
Pitt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
He went from
Yep.
Pitt to Pittsburgh.
That's what I thought. I did
Okay.
think it was Pitt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Joey B for the Bengals is LSU.
That's right.
Started
That's
at Ohio
right.
State.
Oh, there we go. There's a little fun fact. Yep, Ohio State.
Started at Ohio State, transferred out to LSU.
Yep. Back with Ed Orgeron or whatever, and then he straight fell off.
Yeah.
As a head coach. Yeah. So easy first. AFC
All
North
right,
was
cleared.
an easy one.
Good work, Jake. Good work, Jake. We cleared the North. AFC North.
And then AFC West, Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Bortles. like
no,
some off the wall.
I was gonna say who is the backup right now?
I think it's
Henny retired.
It's dude, I just had it. I was just talking about it. It was God,
I mean, we're not that deep, right? I don't know if I can name backups but to me I can't even think of who their backup is, to be honest. So
yeah, I don't know.
But Mahomes,
Texas
A&M.
Texas Tech, right?
Oh. No, yeah, Texas Tech. You're right. Absolutely, Texas Tech. You're right. Yeah,
Texas Tech. That's right.
All right.
I get them all confused.
All right. Well, there we go. So now with the Raiders,
who we doing for Raiders?
It'd be Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Even though he's suspended right now.
Dude, I want to know what they found in him for
please,
2 games.
Please, dude, someone tweeted out saying, "Let me just say this right now."
Is it like low T or what?
Dude, it was someone literally said, "Let me just say this right now. Whatever Jimmy G got suspended for 2 games needs to be taken off the PD list because it's not working." I was like, you're not wrong because this dude's definitely not taking something that's enhancing. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Jimmy G though, that might be the first stump. I'm not gonna lie, Matt. I don't know.
I'm racking my brain right now. Okay,
I would be absolutely blown away if you guys got this right.
So he got picked up by the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
He got drafted there, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh no. I actually know this one because he went to the same college that my coach in high school went to. It's where Tony Romo went. Eastern Illinois.
That's correct.
Eastern.
That's
Eastern
correct.
Illinois.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute.
Whenever I looked this up and I saw it was Eastern Illinois, I was like,
I knew that because my
Jake
friend
might, just because I was like, I don't know how close you are, but I was like, Jake has to know somebody who went there.
The only reason I know that is because I just knew the quarterbacks that went there because he went there, and I was like, oh, cool, that's where Jimmy G, Tony Romo,
dude, that's some like Slumdog Millionaire, like where just
that's why I said when it comes to Belichick, he always gets those guys.
Yeah.
The same with Bailey Zappi from Western Kentucky or whatever. It's like, if it doesn't have a beauty school as part of the curriculum, he doesn't even look.
Right. So, all right. So for Broncos,
yeah.
So for Broncos, are we doing Russ?
Yeah.
What is the other option?
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
All right. So this one technically is a split one, right?
I mean, it is.
So it's Nebraska into Wisconsin.
No.
It is into Wisconsin.
Yes.
He's a Badger. I know that.
Hey, Big Ten. So I remember. So What school was it before that then?
In a weird way, you're close. But alphabetically you were close, but not
What
conference.
did he say?
Conference was ACC. He said Nebraska.
All right. Don't.
Why do I feel like it's some like weird ass like
I swear it was red. I swear it was red to red. A red team
UNC
to.
or some shit like fucking, or maybe not UNC, but like
No, it was.
it's like
It was a
North
regular.
Carolina.
Are they?
It's red?
Give me this. Are they at least red? Am I in the right thought process?
I think so. They're a shade of like burgundy or something.
I gotta look it up just because No, yeah, okay, yeah, it's who I thought it was. Go off of what I was talking about, you'll get it.
Say it one more time.
I said UNC, and I was like, never mind, that's not UNC. But I was in
The Carolinas.
the Carolinas.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
he's in one of them.
Is that so? A Gamecock?
No.
NC State.
All right.
You're
Dang it.
stumped on
Yeah.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was. No. I was. No. I mean, I got
we got Wisconsin. It was the bonus that we got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was trying to like help you out. We said Nebraska. I was like, okay, like alphabetically, like you are. I'm like, it's an N.
And it was the right colors too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So in my mind,
I saw him in red. That's where I was stuck
Yeah.
at too. And he said Wisconsin. I'm like, oh.
And I knew he did the graduate.
Yeah.
He did the master's.
That's why when I said
SWIT
UNC,
transfer.
I was like, he wasn't blue. I knew that. Like, it wasn't like baby powder blue. Like, that's why I was like, it's not UNC. But then when I said UNC, I wanted to say NC State, but I was like, that doesn't sound right when you said Nebraska.
Okay. Yeah. Well. All right. I'm giving that one to us because we got.
Yeah, because we got Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin was the right. It's the last college.
Yeah.
So then Chargers, Justin Herbert. That's Oregon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was easy because I remember him. He was like the quarterback after Marcus Mariota, wasn't he?
Mariota came after, I think.
No, Mariota was before.
Yeah,
one of these. Hold on, because
Mariota's about to retire, bro.
Who did I see that? Yeah, I looked at them all and got them a little bit mixed up. But someone else from over there started at Oregon and then moved, and then Mariota took his spot.
Are you locking yourself in for the Bills already?
You know this, right? Or
do you not know it?
No, I do.
Oh, go ahead. It's your turn.
Oh, are we going back? Okay.
Yeah, Wyoming, we're just kind of going back and forth. Why not?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, Josh Allen, Wyoming.
Oh, I didn't hear him say it. I was like, did you just give
So
I heard him say it.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
That one's an interesting one because not too many people come out of there. So
yeah, when he came out of there, I only knew one person that knew him. Yeah, only one person knew of him, and it was Lucky. That was the only person I knew. He was like, "This Josh Allen." I'm like,
dude, he was
stroking it. You guys
too.
haven't seen anyone on television. That's the only reason why you guys know this guy. It's like this is the only guy that's on your television at the moment. That's the only reason you know this guy.
Yeah, that's your local area fucking.
It was easy because
so that's our first run. That's our first run of which school?
Alabama.
There we go.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Now was Tua?
Tua was there the whole time.
No, I know. My sequence of that was what happened was Tua stepped in for Hurts.
Yep. Took his job over
and then took it over.
And then it went back or whatever. Like
and then Hurts left.
No, Tua got hurt, then Hurts came back in, won it was something like that. From my understanding, I could be wrong, but I swear Hurts was playing like shit in a national championship. Tua came in, won the national championship, then they went back to the national championship. Tua got hurt, and then Jalen Hurts came in. And they like won or something like that. And then they started doing first half, second half shit, like where they were like playing both together or some shit like that.
Right.
That's what I understand. I could be wrong.
As a freshman, he won a national championship, right?
Correct.
Because he jumped in there during the national championship.
Literally during the national anthem and like barely played all year.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
Zach Wilson's all you, brother. You know it?
I didn't put Zach Wilson on there.
I was just gonna ask you.
He put Rodgers.
Are we doing Rodgers?
Do you have Zach Wilson? Can I do Zach Wilson just as a bonus?
I mean, you can also. Yeah, I don't mind.
Do you have it?
I will.
Okay, well, before you look it up, I'm not gonna look it up. I think it's BYU.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's right. Yeah. And then we got Rodgers for Cal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he
Was
committed.
Zach BYU?
He committed to one school and then decommitted and then did go to BYU.
Got it. And then
I just remember him in that he still wears it, the headband type thing, and that was he had the BYU like headband he would wear. So
yeah, that's literally how I remember it too.
Yeah.
And then Patriots. Are we doing Mac Jones?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Mac Jones, dude.
Mac Jones, another easy Alabama
does that still look all right, guys?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I like it.
Wait,
Jones.
so who we doing? Who we doing for
Mac
Patriots?
Jones, Alabama?
So that's our second run of it. And then what'd you say for Zappy? I don't even.
Oh, Western Kentucky.
Zappy's fucking.
That was his second school, actually. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy.
Shout out to Victoria.
Hey, shout out, dude. That's the school. Like, I could throw a rock and hit it, man. And
he literally could. He literally sent me a picture.
He's like right there. Yeah, Victoria
went to that high school. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he played at Houston Baptist and then went to Western Kentucky.
Another easy one for.
Born in 1999.
1998, right here.
When you're older than the starting quarterbacks, then you're old.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
Soak that in.
DJ Stroud, Ohio State. I'm at.
Yep, another Big Ten.
Jags is easy. Jags is easy one. Trevor Lawrence, Clemson.
Yep.
Oh, another Clemson one. So that's I'm in my head. I'm trying to think of these. So we got 2 Alabamas, 2 Clemsons. Technically 2 Ohio States, kind of, if we count the transfer of.
If you count.
Do I not have Houston on here?
Well, we are correct though.
Oh, I know you're correct, but I'm just like I went to go mark it off my list. I'm like,
who did we put? Oh, we put
Richardson's got to be coming back to starting, right?
Yeah, no, he is. He is.
Okay. Yeah, that's who I got.
Do you know where Richardson went?
Now I can't think of it right now.
I know you don't.
I can't think of it right now. I know. I'm going to know as soon as you.
I know it right. Like I for sure know it. Like,
all right, go ahead. Fancy what?
It's SEC.
I can't think of it. I don't know.
Also,
Florida.
Tim Tebow.
Florida.
Yeah. Oh, Florida. Yeah. Jeez. Okay.
He was running all over the place over there.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee Titans, you got your boy. I'm sure you did Will Levis. That's Kentucky.
Yep.
Kentucky boy. All right, Matt. I did it perfect. We lined it up perfectly. That way you get your boy. So you better not mess this up.
Yeah.
All right. Hendon Hooker is Tennessee. Goff was Cal as well.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers. Brett
Fancy,
Favre.
I was gonna say, Fancy, you want to step in on Green Bay?
I mean, I don't think it's fair because I do know. I also have the answer.
I actually know it. I think.
All right.
The way you just looked at me like that made me concerned. I thought I knew it, and then you looked at me like maybe you don't. Like, Matt, do you know?
No,
it's not like a big school. It's like Utah State or Utah. Ooh, see, it's either Utah or Utah State. I think it's Utah State though.
You agree with him, Matt?
That's
I'm second guessing myself now.
Because it wasn't like a big. Because when they drafted him, it was like, who the fuck did they just draft when they could have drafted a wide receiver?
Bro, for real.
It's my bad, Fancy. I'm putting Fancy like a PTSD. Like he's like,
Nick, you are not wrong.
I can't.
I want to say Utah State.
For some reason, like Houston was jumping out in my head for some reason.
I don't know why.
No, I don't know then.
Sarcasm. I feel like he's.
Oh, it's Utah State.
It's Utah State. Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better about myself.
All right, good work.
Ooh, I actually don't know if I know this one.
I do know this one. If we're going with Kirk Cousins, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know this one.
Of course, Matt. Hey, of course, Matt knows this. Of course,
I know this one. If that's a hint.
Michigan State.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. Good work.
Because I knew you didn't go to I knew you didn't go to like, Big Brother. So I was like, that was easy. And then another one too, another easy one. Justin Fields, Ohio State. Like that's another.
Another Ohio State boy. Yep. You're right.
Yep.
Well, no. Well, so are we going to next? Are we going to next year? Are you sure it's not you?
Yeah, we're going to quarterbacks that not on the quarterback team.
Wait a minute.
Like,
There
are we
was
going Caleb
USC.
Williams?
Do we want to try? There was a two school.
I was gonna say Fields was a transfer. Technically,
You what?
I can't
Big
think
school?
of this right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger than Ohio State.
Technically, Alabama, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Like, I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I was also shocked to read that. I was like, oh. But also, I don't care about the Bears or the SEC. So.
Also fair.
All right.
There we go.
I'm glad you got this one because that's another one that I don't.
So this one I have to like think about it for a second, make sure I don't say the wrong one and piss half of the state off.
Oh yeah, you will
Iowa
create a war.
State. Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State. Yeah, if you say Iowa, you're gonna kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Ooh, Matthew Stafford. You want to take this one, Matt, or here? I got it, but
yeah, so do I. But go ahead.
Detroit Lions. That's where you graduated. Like, no, it's University of Georgia, isn't it?
Number 1 overall pick from Georgia. Yep.
Sometimes them lottery picks are a little easier to just remember who had it.
You definitely remember it. Yeah. Who's the quarterback we're going for here first off, I guess?
Geno.
Is it Geno?
Yeah, Geno. That's who I got.
Because Geno, you gotta realize Geno entered the league. I want to say with the Jets. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So he entered the league with the Jets, and that was when like the Jets were still running like their like cycle of like a million quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I know where he went just because, like, when he had his good season last year, they were showing like his stat line from the when especially from college, and then when he finally is good in the NFL. So I know where he went. I don't know what conference that is though, Fancy. But if you want to give Matt a hint, I do know this one.
It's Big 12, but it's not a legacy Big 12.
I was gonna say
the newer ones.
To me, like the pack.
Think of John Denver. They sing it at the stadium every time.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
that does come back to me.
Imagine him. I just remember him in the blue and yellow. That's how I remember that. And then that song plays through. Literally no bullshit.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I knew that.
Okay.
I only know that because he had the good year with last year with Seattle. If he did not have the good year with Seattle, and I didn't see the TV prompt of that, and then they played West Virginia on it, I would not. That would not have clicked in my head. And then we have another Sooner boy, don't we?
That's right.
There you go. Right. Kyler Murray, Oklahoma.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Also a big COD boy.
Maybe a little bit too much. Not a big COD boy, big COD boy.
FaZe Kyler.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And then we can move on to the NFC South because that's a division no one cares about.
NFC South, I agree.
we should make
Redbird.
Come on, man. I knew Jordan loved Utah State. You want to bash me?
Oh, I was talking about the other three.
Before we get into this, did you guys see Dak Prescott?
I've never seen him.
Same. He is rumored to have broken the quarterback salary thing again. They're in talks that Dak Prescott going into this next season is going to be making over $60 million a year. Did you see that? It came out this morning.
I didn't. It's probably fully guaranteed too, right?
Yep. They said it's going to break all the court, like what Deshaun Watson did with Houston to Cleveland. This doesn't even this is a whole another level. And I'm just like I'm not even being biased. How do you give someone who has not won a playoff game $60 million? I just can't even I don't.
So on that same topic, I saw another thing. I don't know if it was a proposition or what, but one interesting move was Deshaun Watson to the Giants so that they could swap contracts essentially with
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But you'd be gambling on Flacco having another, comeback year. because I don't think as a Cleveland Brown you're
Wait, what do you mean?
throwing. So you take Flacco,
You
let
said
him.
Giants to.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you're gonna get Daniel Jones over to Cleveland.
You
for
said
Deshaun
and
Watson.
Deshaun Watson out. Yeah.
So you swap out the big ass
Oh.
contract, and Cleveland saves some money.
Damn.
And since Giants are paying that same amount of money, but now they get a starting quarterback instead of a maybe. So to me, that sounded very interesting. If
As a Cleveland fan, I would do it because you're going to save money and actually have someone that's going to play.
I know it sounded interesting. I don't remember where I saw that, so I'd give credit, to whoever came up with that proposition. But that made a lot of sense when you're talking about these huge contracts, right?
Dude, he's going to break the market. They said it's going to break the entire market, and it's going to be the dumbest shit in the world. Like if Dak Prescott's getting that money, these guys are going to get paid like an unbelievable amount. Like, so, well, it's good. I hope they do it because then the Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl. So
I just don't. I mean, just doing that though just screws the rest of the quarterback market.
I agree.
That's what I hate to see.
I'm just saying at least the Cowboys are going to do it because then the Cowboys are the first team that's going to be like the Browns, and they're going to be like, well, we just fucked ourselves. So.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have to listen to them all cry.
Yeah, good.
My neighbors, my coworkers, that's all I'm gonna hear.
Gas station, just trying to get some gas.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, can you believe what they did to this?" Yeah.
Do you know where he went, Matt? You're on the.
I know it's
it's a Southern school.
SEC baby.
And I want to say, but this is where I'm like grinding it down a little bit. Was it A&M?
No. Similar colors.
That's okay, because that's like in my head. That's what I'm trying to. I know it was one of.
I have it if you don't, but yeah, it's not A&M.
You're too far west.
It's very hard to spell.
But there's a song about it, or like a jingle.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's hard to spell, and there's a jingle about it.
I don't know. I can't think of it.
Mississippi State.
Oh, Mississippi State. Yeah, same colors. I can visualize it.
Further east, MISS, ISS, IPPI.
Yep.
How do you even get through law school?
How did you even get through law school?
Well, because I didn't have to think about it like that. That didn't
listen to this. Kind of like off topic of the pod though. I send those cans out, Fancy. I send them to you in Texas, and then DJ, shout out DJ in Oregon, right? And then Huffy in Missouri, and DJ got it first. Then you got him. I messaged Huffy. I'm like, hey, you should have got him by now. Like DJ's in Oregon, and then Fancy's in Texas. Like you're closer. He's like, you suck at geography. I was like, I know I do, but I'm pretty sure those two fucking states are farther than Missouri. Like I can drive 7 hours to Missouri. I can't get to Texas in 7 hours, and I can't get to Oregon in 7 hours. Like,
Jesus Christ,
am I wrong? Like,
no.
Okay,
I think you 7 hours to get through fucking Montana.
You can go down besides Florida, and then Oregon's all the way. Like, I'm like, what is
the West Coast? You gotta drive through the mountains.
Yeah. But yeah, you can just check mark that up. Alabama's the first one. Oklahoma's where he.
That's right.
There you go.
Little bonus, little double down.
Yeah, we like that. We like that.
I got a couple.
Yeah, we're rolling through it. I like it.
Hey, this one's kind of interesting. I did not know this one. I was like, I mean, not that I knew a lot of these, but like this one, shocked me.
So this one again it's the colors that are It's either UNC or Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you are correct.
It's Duke for sure. Duke is the weird one with Daniel Jones, 100%.
I know it was like, to me that's what I was thinking.
Even this next one, who did you just say? You said UNC or
he said UNC or Duke.
And Sam Howell's UNC.
Okay.
That's what it is, right?
I like it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Because those two guys were from schools like because they showed like, they show the divisions, whatever. They show like Hurts from Oklahoma, they show Dak from Mississippi State, and they show these guys. I was like, fucking Duke? Like, what is it, basketball? Like,
yeah, right. It's like when was the last time they were good at anything? And that's where a lot of people criticize, and especially now with Daniel Jones, getting the hype and getting the contract and playing in the NFL. It's like, what conference did he play in that really showed much competition versus all these other quarterbacks, that are from the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, Pac-12. It's like the ACC. Like, how hard can it be? I mean, same with anybody coming out of Notre Dame.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, we got another
yeah.
Sooner.
Yeah, we
Well,
do.
I guess who are we? Who's the quarterback? That's what we got to think about, though.
I
Baker,
mean,
right?
I went Baker because he's the best thing the Tampa Bay's ever done,
Okay.
and he has a two school bonus here.
Oh, Baker was?
Yeah. And you're going to like this. I got a little trivia because I remember watching this game. It's going to be really fun. His replacement just played in the Super Bowl from the school
Texas
he
A&M.
left.
So that's
Texas Tech.
That's Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I said Texas A&M
Yeah.
on Mahomes too. That was my bad.
Yeah,
I get confused.
Yeah, he walked on to Tech, got the starting job, and then he left Tech, walked on to OU, got that job, and then OU and Tech played. I want to say Tech won, but it ended up being like 58 to 55.
Yes, it was a shootout. It was a big shootout between them.
It was so crazy.
Yeah, the back and
It was
Well,
what a game.
Is that the Red River rivalry? Is that
No. Oklahoma and just Texas Longhorns is the Red River
okay.
Red River rivalry. Now they call it like the Red River Showdown or something like that. But
okay.
Yeah, that's that game.
So Saints, are we going Derek Carr? Winston,
I did Derek Carr because
Derek Carr played in college with Devontae Adams, right?
Yep. Mountain West team. So West
Coast.
You know it?
I think I know it.
Somewhere in Colorado. I mean California.
No, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I
thought
I had it. Then you said Colorado. I was like, man, I'm out.
I gotta stop looking at words whenever I'm.
I want to say because I think Devontae Adams went to Fresno, so like I think it was Fresno. Like, could be wrong. Fresno sounds like that's where AC/DC. Amari Cooper.
Is it Fresno State? Is it Fresno State though, or?
Yeah,
Fresno State. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Cool. And then, but let's walk through it though. So who else we got? We got Florida State for
Jameis Winston.
And then
Taysom Hill.
Was he like was he like BYU?
I think he's BYU boy.
I don't remember.
I think he was BYU boy. I did a lot better on the quarterbacks than I thought I was going to do.
I know. I thought we were going to get I mean, I didn't know. Let's be honest. I didn't know. I think.
Yeah, he's BYU
now.
He was BYU.
Yeah, BYU.
We just went through the entire quarterback class.
Damn, he's older than me.
Yeah, he's like 38. 34, right?
Yeah. Well, he's going to turn 34 this year.
Yeah. And then easy one. Oh no, you have Atlanta. My bad.
Hotlanta.
Desmond Ritter.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you, dog.
Jeez. Ritter.
Big 12, not legacy Big 12.
Is he Tech?
Not legacy Big 12. One of the newer Big 12s. He showed up to the Big 12 when West Virginia did. I think that's the same expansion or change.
Oh, I might have
Texas Tech is what comes to mind for him too.
No, I think North.
Oh, what you call it? Jason Kelsey was talking about
Cincinnati. Jeez. Okay.
University of Cincinnati. Because I remember seeing on Kelsey's one of his socials, like he was watching a game or something like that. And it doesn't
again, like the colors are what I can see. I remember seeing him.
That's
in the jerseys,
Texas A&M for me. I get them confused so much.
It's like Texas Tech is just a little more red.
Yeah.
The Red Raiders, and then Bobcats are very black with like red outline.
Right, and it gets me so confused.
Yeah.
And then the easy one at the bottom is another Alabama boy.
That's correct.
Yeah, so we didn't get stumped on one.
No.
Glad we worked on it together instead of
Yeah.
There would have been luck of the draw
that I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. And I know I missed, probably I would say 3 off the top of my head is that I missed.
I feel like the ones I didn't know you knew, and the ones that you didn't know I did. So
yeah, exactly.
Well.
Yeah, good teamwork.
Like honestly, dude, I didn't know Jared Goff.
Oh, really?
I don't think I did. Like I don't think that would have came to mind.
I knew because that's the Aaron Rodgers connection. It was that they both went.
They're both. He's just as good as Aaron Rodgers now.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, they are one and the same.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Matt Stafford went to Georgia.
I only knew that because like number 1 pick.
Yeah, and well, to me, obviously, it was to the Lions too. But yeah, since it was number
Yeah,
1
because you
pick.
probably watched the draft, like when it was like, kind of crazy. No, that was super dope though. Fancy, appreciate hosting it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Putting
Yeah.
the graphic together. Next week we'll have
All
something
right,
else.
now which ones are Heisman winners?
Ooh.
No, I'm just I didn't go that deep. I
It's
ran
like,
out of
you
room on my
guys figure it
paper.
out. I'm gonna figure it out myself.
Yeah, so let me Google it.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, we could do this outline with a lot of things. So if you guys are interested in seeing something or have suggestions to us too, like in the comments, please let us know. We can do this and do do quarterbacks, do running backs, do we can do a lot of things like this with the schools. We can do franchise leaders. We can do coaches. We can do a lot of things with it. So let us know down in the comments. But yeah, I mean, we have one more little segment here. Matt's got a fun little trivia for us. So stay tuned and check us out on some trivia.
All right, here we go. So we had for last week. I kind of put this together because I wanted to think of something for the postseason stats. So this week I want us to kind of walk through, think about again postseason only playoffs. The leaders in 3 categories on offense, 3 categories on defense. Some may shock you, but let's obviously it's sometimes it's skewed because some teams only got to play 1 game. Some others got multiple games. So
interesting.
So first offensive category we have is total yards.
This is for the entire playoffs.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Total yards as an individual?
No. So these are team stats. And then obviously this is that's why it's it might skew a little bit because it's obviously going to be the average of those games if they played multiple games. So it's the total yards for a team here.
I'm just gonna say the Chiefs because they played the most games.
Well, and so that's what I'm saying. That's the misnomer of so you take the average of those. So they didn't just play 1 great game. It's gonna be the average of those. So
yeah, you're taking the average total yards.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But
not total.
It's yards per game. Yeah.
And until the Super Bowl, the Niners, even though they played 1 less, it's like the games against the Packers and the Lions were a little bit more higher scoring than the games that the Chiefs
I thought it was
had.
just total yards all across.
I did too.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'll take the Niners then.
Yeah, I'll go Niners.
Not even in the top 5.
Wow.
So so your first answer, Chiefs, was 5. I'll give you that one for hopefully some reference. But again, this is a tough one.
Detroit.
Detroit's 4. Who else had a great offensive?
I feel like Tampa did.
Yep. That was a good surprise. It was Tampa.
2. They had 3.
Dallas.
Yep, 3. 2 was great game against the Lions. They put up some yards. Puka put up some yards.
The Ram. Yeah. I was like, I kind of forgot about who was in the game.
Yep. And then number 1, sorry, Fancy, the Cowboys. 510 yards per game just because they had 1, it was a good
they were
great
down
game.
so much they just fucking kept throwing the football.
That's what I'm saying. It was a great
Go ahead
game.
And give back $60 million.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that one I thought was kind of interesting because it's Cowboys.
Was.
Cowboys at 510.
I thought you meant total, like with the way team total yards. I was like, oh, it's just the team that played the most games because they're gonna,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's that's why it's an interesting stat to see.
So now with rushing yards, and receiving yards.
So next one is
that's not average, or it is average.
It's per game. So it's going to be average if they played multiple games. So we've got passing is the next stat. So passing yards per game.
Dak. Because he only played 1 game and it was fucking 400 yards.
And lights out, right?
Yeah.
I hate you
Yep.
for doing this because everything's just the Cowboys.
That's
No.
why the colors like that. Makes sense. Same way they did the Super Bowl. They let us
No.
know.
All right. Can you walk through a couple other ones then? Maybe you think of
Dak.
I mean, I would think Baker Mayfield also because he seemed like he was throwing like a maniac, like he
Yep.
has been his whole career.
Dak, Baker, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff.
And then someone else snuck in
Jordan
there
Love.
at 4.
Jordan Love.
Nope, not Love.
Yeah,
No.
that's right. For the boys.
This one might
It's gonna
kind of
be
surprise
AFC
you
side.
too. Yep.
It's gonna be AFC side.
Oh,
I'm gonna go CJ
Josh
Stroud.
Allen.
CJ Stroud.
Flacco got in there.
Oh
snuck in
yeah,
there.
fuck. I should have said Flacco because he's fucking throwing it. He's either 80 yards down the field or fucking 100 rows up.
Yep, he was slinging it. He was slinging it, so.
Fancy loves it, dude. Fancy's fucking that
I
motherfucker
love
just
watching
threw
this.
shit 12 fucking rows into the stands.
It's like he overthrew. Like he's the only thing missing the freaking kicking net. Like he just fucking.
That's awesome.
It's like one of those old Nerf football commercials.
Dude, they just throw it a million miles.
Yeah,
and
just
you're like, this is
talk
awesome.
about Peyton Manning. Those are like go to commercials.
He's got the little whistler on there too.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh
you
my
hear fucking
god,
whistling down the block, dude. Those are
dude, you're like, I gotta get down. Let me get on my bike and go hang out with my friends. Yeah, they're playing
Yeah.
the new Nerf.
They didn't even call and ask, or they didn't even knock and ask. It's like,
He'll hear it. He'll know.
yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
All right, we got rushing again, yards per game.
I kind of want to think Kansas City.
Pacheco's definitely top 5. I know that.
They're
Yeah.
in the top 5.
Top 5. Kansas. It's not team. It's player, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Oh no, it's team.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
so
49ers
rushing.
in there.
So rushing yards per
Yeah.
game.
49ers are up there.
They're up there.
Ravens.
They're up there. They're 2. Ravens are 2.
The Lions got to be up there too because of
yeah.
No?
Buccaneers.
Surprisingly, the Lions
No, I
were
don't think I
not
saw one
up there
no.
because they had a lot of those dump offs.
Dude, Aaron Jones, Packers.
He's up there.
Gotta be.
The number one, when you think back, I mean, it's been a couple weeks now. Think back about the first game. This running back essentially just absolutely was lights out.
That's what I was thinking. Aaron Jones. That was the one that popped in mind because he scored fucking 4 touchdowns or whatever it was. It's got to be AFC side then.
Correct.
Is it the Bills?
Is the Bills?
Oh yeah, fucking
James Cook had like 200 yards.
Total yards.
Yeah.
In the one game. So
yeah.
All right.
True.
All right. We got defensive side. Yards allowed for defensive first category. So yards allowed. So the
lowest numbers who are looking for. Okay, definitely not the Packers.
Not the Packers, not the Cowboys, not the Eagles, not the Bucks, not the Lions.
Oh, what?
The Bucks?
Bucks are in there. Bucks are in there.
All right. So Bucks are in there. I want to say
top 5, you mean?
Yeah, top 5.
Niners are in there.
No, sir.
No,
Chiefs are in there.
Lions and Niners aren't in there. Chiefs are in there. The Ravens.
I know the Chiefs are in there because the Chiefs won without scoring any points. So I know their defense was there.
Yeah, Ravens are in there though too.
Yeah.
The Browns might still be in there.
So Ravens. This to me, these stats. That's 266 yards allowed. That's pretty good numbers if you're trying to win.
They didn't make it, man.
Somehow they didn't make it, but yeah, 266. Next lowest was the Bucks at 333.
Got it.
Wow.
All right.
So top 2 was Ravens, Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yep.
Good on the. I'm surprised with Tampa Bay on some of these numbers.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they got there.
Dude, Baker literally had top 5 passing yards, top 5 team totals, and their team was top 5 in defensive yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good turnaround.
And back on the Mike Evans thing, not to get distracted on the trivia. Mike Evans literally said the only way he come back to Tampa is if Baker stayed. That's literally what came out. He told the front office, "I will stay if Baker stays."
Yeah, they had a great connection too. Like
that's got to be such a good vouch, right? Like that's a
You
good.
would think so, but they're like,
I
you're
mean,
old. We don't give a fuck, and they're just gonna move on.
Didn't they do the same thing with That's like the whole like everybody like made up this fake beef when he was at Cleveland that he wasn't getting along with
OBJ.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, they were homies.
Yeah, they still are.
I think yeah, they're still friends. It's like they just tried to push this narrative out so they could justify getting rid of the only quarterback that filled the stands and won them a playoff game.
Yeah.
And took a 30-year-old or a 38-year-old washout to come do it again.
To me, Baker, like, I sent you that gif of like when I think of Baker, I think of him being cocky, being, but passionate, right?
Yeah.
Of him clapping in the dude's face.
I feel like he's a good teammate.
Yeah, him clapping in the dude's face at Kansas and having that chip on his shoulder to now prove somebody wrong, right? And that's to me, that's what he seems like. He's so passionate. At whatever team he's on,
he's one of those guys that I want on my team because he figures out a way to win. I've always said he's a winner. Like, what I mean, he wins. I know they went 9-8 or where the fuck it was or whatever. It's like he wins. I don't care what they say. Like, he's gonna scrap his way to the playoffs. I don't care what it's like. He's gonna do it. Like, that's just. And to me, you can't teach that. That's just he figures out a way. That's all there is.
That's the
I
hard
think it's like Matthew Stafford. He figures out a way. It doesn't matter. He's gonna figure it out. Like, hurt or not. So.
Next defensive category, sacks.
Kansas City's got to be up there too, man, because Chris Jones was having a hell of a playoff.
They are definitely up there. 7 sacks for them.
Top 5 though.
Yep.
That was Kansas City.
Kansas City 7 sacks at number 2.
Ravens got to be up there.
Nope.
Oh, then the Niners.
The Niners are up there for sure.
Niners 5.
I don't want to say the Cowboys ever got to Jordan Love, so.
And they didn't get 8 sacks because it had to be higher than 7. Chiefs have 7, so it has to be a team that's. I think.
No, Lions. Yeah.
Lions number 1 with 8.
Fuck them. They can't make playoffs. They can't make Super Bowl.
But the surprising one to me was Texans with 7 as well.
Oh,
they
got moving.
That was pretty good. All right, last. So this looks like, anyways, I don't think this takes into account the Super Bowl actually, because turnover differential. We've got a lot. Basically, we've got a lot tied at number 2, and I'm pretty sure one of the Super Bowl teams should have bumped up above this, but no, it's turnover differential, so maybe not.
Yeah, because they took them back.
Yep.
So turnover differential, meaning this team's at the top of it, meaning they have the most.
So they have the plus side of that turnover margin.
They have the highest turnover, like highest conversion. Like
they got the ball. They got the ball and lost it less. Yeah.
They created it. Yeah. Okay.
They created more takeaways than turnovers.
Correct.
Man, I want to say Chiefs again.
Chiefs with 2, and they're tied at 2.
Okay. Packers.
Nope.
Damn.
Tampa. Nope. See, this one's hard. This one's hard because I'm thinking of the turnovers, but then like obviously the converse of that is
I'm like trying to think of the other team. How many more did they get back or whatever? Yeah.
Texans
tied at 2.
Okay. So the Ravens are at number 1.
Nope.
No.
I mean, Brock Purdy didn't have a fucking one of those 4 turnover games in the playoffs, so they're number 1.
Tied at 2.
So we got 3 ties at 2.
There's another team with 2.
Browns,
and then another team on top with more than 2.
Browns.
Nope.
I don't want to say Josh Allen. There's no way. Or the Bills. I mean,
the Bills.
You might want to.
I guess if they created some.
Bills at number 1 plus 3.
Wow.
And they still lost.
Yeah.
And they still lost.
The Cowboys.
That's what I'm saying, man. I know people say like he turns the ball over a lot. And he does during the regular season, but he also scores a lot. But even when he doesn't turn the football over, they still lose. So it's not like they're losing because of the turnovers. They're losing because of something else. I don't know if it's Sean McDermott. I don't know what it is, but something else is going on there that
It's like the timing of when things fall apart
Yeah,
is at the end.
It's like
It's
every
right.
time. It's just like crucial. It's like what the
They're
hell?
close. They're just close enough.
Dude,
They're
every
just close enough, and then somehow
I don't know who I
whatever
want
it
to
is-
win a ring more, CMC or Josh Allen. I want both of them to win a ring, but I don't think both of them will.
I want CMC to do it with the Niners so bad, just because I want the last drafted pick ever to win a ring.
I did want him to win. That's why I picked it. I
That would
did.
be
Yeah.
pretty
I
cool.
was rooting for the 49ers, but I wasn't upset. I will say, we talked about it earlier, but I will say the Chiefs won. Like, I will give them that. Like, they won.
Yeah.
It
The
wasn't
way
like
they
it was
come
like,
back the second half.
it
yeah.
wasn't like it was like, okay, that should have been called. That should have been called. Yeah, here goes the refs. It's like, yeah, they could have called some holds like we called about earlier, but it wasn't like a crucial play like the pass interference that we got called on in the Super Bowl, like a tough one to end it. It was like a good game until the last play. Like, it was like, fuck, that was a good. Like, that was like one of the
Yeah.
best Super Bowls I think I've watched like in a long time. Like, so
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I definitely, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Super Bowl. I mean, I enjoyed the halftime show. I think it was really good.
yeah, it was a good one. They said that if you enjoy the Super Bowl, you're officially starting to get old because you enjoyed the throwback of like Usher. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I kind of know these songs, man.
Well, what was the one? Was it 2 Super Bowls ago that it was 50 Cent, Eminem, and Dr. Dre and
Oh
everybody?
yeah, my wife was loving that one because it was all that's all my music.
That was in
all
LA,
our
right? That was at
throwbacks.
SoFi.
well, and in Eminem's Detroit. So
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
we
saw
had
the
Mary J.
cheapest.
Blige, and we had
remember the Red Hot Chili Peppers? That sucked.
That's crazy too, because
Like,
everybody I know that's seen them
like
in
not saying that
person.
their music sucks. It's just the
No, that's
performance
what I'm
was
saying.
like
It's like
that was
I've heard like everybody that's went there. It's like anytime, which this might just be any musician saying this, but it's like if their shit doesn't go well, then they're always like, well, the NFL was limiting our capacity to perform the way we want to, and so
yeah. And then you see what Usher did, and you're like, yeah, okay.
dude, he was
well,
sweating
that's why it's
bullets.
cool. That's why it's cool how they can like just some music translates a little bit different on the way you can kind of mash it up and turn it into that performance versus like because you're right.
I do think though it's like it started like not that I didn't enjoy it because I did enjoy it, but it's not even like it's not even like a halftime show anymore. It's like a halftime dance. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah.
dancing than anything nowadays. It's like
Yeah,
who was it last year? It was Rihanna, right? It's like she was
Right.
dancing like crazy. It's just like cool.
Yeah.
Like
Well, and they can do so much auto tune and just keep playing, and it's like you're moving around so much, no one can really see your face, and
yeah.
it's like, oh, what
Right.
are they even
He
doing?
brought out a lot of people though. I will say that Usher did.
Oh yeah, no, it was really good. I mean, I literally texted this person whenever I saw Usher was coming out. I was like, Ludacris and Lil Jon got to be there, and
And
then it's
Bieber,
like I
I guess
heard
he
it.
asked Bieber, and Bieber said no thanks.
That's interesting. Yeah,
He
when I
wasn't feeling it.
saw Will I Am, I was like,
Yeah,
wait, Will I Am? Yeah, and that was
it's
kind
gonna
of
be
cool.
all the fucking good ones, dude. I was like, dude,
That
this is
was
crazy.
pretty cool.
So
And then
they said how much money do you think Usher made that night?
I don't know, because my last
not-
understanding was
I
that
would love just a guess if you guys could, because it's not at all what you guys think.
I mean, last I knew they had to pay to like because how many people wanted to do it.
oh, I was gonna say like 10 mil.
Fancy?
I mean, I didn't. I have no idea. 20 million.
$647.
Okay, because I was about to say I heard that people have to
Jeez.
pay to be there.
$647, and then within the next 10 years, he'll make like 120 mil off of something else or something. It's like they include something like advertisement wise, like I don't know like how the deal shakes out, but it's like a longevity type deal where like he didn't
Right.
make that much that night, but like in terms of like the next 5-10 years, he'll make a fuck ton of money. Like
That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
just it is because there was one year that I remember that like I know what you're talking about, Fancy. Because there was one year that someone paid
Well,
money.
so it's like they
to do
stopped.
it.
Like there was a switching point in like the last like 5 years where they stopped paying artists for their halftime show because so
people
many
were begging for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, I'll
because
do it for free.
it's like hey, BC, well, I'd like you to come do this, and then it's like, well, Matt's like, well, I'll do it for half, and it's like, well, Matt is also trending on the charts, so let me do that, and then
Yeah.
it's
It ended
like,
up just
well,
being a pissing
actually,
contest of like, I'll do it for free. Well, I'll pay you to do it. It's like, well,
right, and
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So then at that point, it's like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. So It's only a matter of time. There was
That'd
some
be
good
interesting, though.
commercials though.
What so they announced did they announce where the Super Bowl is at next year?
If they did, I don't know.
They did announce it.
I want to say it's like that lo-fi or whatever, like the Chargers,
They just did that one though. I thought.
Lo-fi.
Oh
No,
yeah, no, they did.
I
You're right.
thought
No. I know it's New Orleans. That's what they did.
That's what I was just gonna ask you. That's what I thought I heard too.
Because the design of the logo, it has the music in
Yeah.
it and stuff like that. That's how I remember the thing.
Nolans.
Yeah. New Orleans.
That stadium's getting kind of old, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's getting real old. It's not
It's
even
from,
Mercedes
like-
anymore. I think it's something else.
Yeah, it's just whatever fucking Superdome, but
Yeah, Superdome, Caesars Superdome, or no, I think it is Mercedes now, or I don't know.
I think it is. I think Mercedes is the Atlanta one, right?
Maybe that's what.
And
it was.
then I think this one is Caesars or Golden Nugget or whatever. Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. We didn't really know where our direction was going to go with the pod. We do want to stick with football, and we do want to keep recording every week. So if you guys are still tuning in, we really do appreciate you guys. We have a lot of fun doing this stuff. We are going to get more consistent on the short form videos and stuff like that with little fun trivia stuff like this. Make sure you guys are following our socials, especially our TikTok and YouTube. Let us know down in the comments, like we said earlier, if you guys want us to do a specific one that maybe you guys see on TikTok that maybe we could recreate, doing it our own way. We'll have a lot of time to make this stuff happen between Matt and Fancy, doing the graphics and hosting the stuff. So, but it's a lot of fun. I'm sure if you guys played along, those that are listening, it's interesting to see a lot of shockers on the colleges there. And hopefully going forward, we find some other fun ones as well. You guys got anything else for us?
Wraps it up for me.
No, yeah, good work on that was fun. Working on the
a lot of fun,
QBs.
sure.
So
yeah. So hopefully next week we have something new for you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Later.
See you.
Bye.